What's up, guys? Today's our first recent NFL video, and today it's going to be a pretty brief one. We're going to go over the rest of the NFL season, the top 10 biggest games to watch, okay? I'm not just going to throw in a ton of end-of-season games that could be potentially very important because we can't really project that. I'm just going to give, like, the biggest matchups to mark down on your calendar. 10 big matchups. Getting on the list at number 10, Colts at the Titans. That's, in fact, the day this video is being dropped, Thursday, November 12th, 8:20 on Fox, some Thursday night football. Now, maybe this game has already passed by the time you're watching this video. It's being filmed the day before that game. But guys, it switches. The Titans will visit the Colts in a couple of weeks, so it's basically just as big. Currently, the Titans lead the division by 1 game, so this is just a great division battle right now at the top of the AFC South. Number 9 on the list, Titans at the Packers, a Week 16 Sunday Night Football on NBC on December 27th. So Christmas break, a good Sunday Night Football game. Now, hopefully these guys still play their big players because they will be playing their best players because I'm sure they'll still be both fighting for good seedings. They're in opposite conferences, of course, but two pretty much elite teams going at it here late in the season like this. It's an exciting one. Two teams that made it to conference championships last year. All right, number 8, Steelers at the Browns on Week 17 in Cleveland, a 1 o'clock Sunday game on January 3rd. Now, this is fascinating because I feel like the Browns very much could be in a spot where they have to win to make the playoffs. Or it could just be for seeding for both teams, but the Steelers are 8-0. I assume they'll have locked up the number 1 seed by then, as long as, they hold off the Ravens, which we'll get to that later. But yeah, man, the Browns 5-3 right now. They're going to have a lot of big games down the stretch. And because these two teams are kind of like rivals, just due to what happened last year and historically, same division, big rivals. And I would say that this is a huge game to see if the Steelers would go out and play their big players, even if they don't need it, just to upset their rivals, just to make their rivals mad, keep them out of the postseason. All right, number 7, Seahawks and the Rams in LA this Sunday, November 15th, 4:25 Fox game. Should be a lot of fun. Two teams that are arguably the best two teams in a crowded NFC West. The Seahawks lead the division by 1 game. And now I'm always a little skeptical of the Seahawks. I love Russell Wilson. It's just that last year and same story this year, their point differential is really not that good. And it's just surprising that they always have this good of a record for that low of a point differential. So I'm just wondering if that's soon to bust, or if this 11-5, 12-4 type of Seahawks team that we seem to be seeing is legit. And the Rams have kind of been confused all season. Are they like an average team? Are they a definite playoff team? Or are they just, what they probably are probably like 12th best team in football, somewhere right around there. But yeah, it's going to be the first time these two face each other all season this Sunday, and it should be a good one. Number 6, Cardinals and the Seahawks, Week 11's Thursday Night Football on November 19th. Now, the first time these two face each other in Arizona, a thrilling overtime win for the Cardinals, and that's part of the reason why the Cardinals are only 1 back of the Seahawks right now. The Cardinals 5-3, Seahawks 6-2, and hey, the Cardinals at the moment have the tiebreaker. So the Cardinals, in fact, they are actually in good position if they win that Thursday night game, which is coming up in just about a week. The NFC West, man, it's going to be such a fascinating finish. I don't think it's going to be very easy for the Seahawks. They currently lead the division now. I think the Rams and the Cardinals, and if the 49ers can get more healthy, they've been to the Super Bowl last year. Don't sleep on them. So that's still 4 teams very involved in that division. Number 5, holiday spirit, Vikings and the Saints, Christmas Day game. It's the first Christmas Day game in the NFL since 2017. And it's a 4:30 game on Fox. Joe Buck on the call, Christmas Day from the Superdome in New Orleans. A wild card rematch. Should be a great game. The Vikings, though, it might not be a great game, I guess, because the Vikings are 3-5, but the Vikings are very much in consideration still because of the 14-team postseason they can go, if they go 9-7, they'll definitely probably make it this year. 9-7 teams have a much better chance this year than previous years. That record was like, probably not quite going to do it in previous years in most cases. But now this year, 9-7 looks like you have a solid shot to get in. And the Vikings, man, at 3-5, if they could go 6-2 the rest of the season, which hey, I think they're not an elite team, but I think they're a pretty solid team that has a very much a chance still, even at 3-5. Yeah, the Vikings, I could kind of see a situation where they're playing well and have a chance, then they run into Breeze and the Saints, who Breeze and the Saints could be in a big fight for the number 1 seed or still in a fight for just the division if Brady and the Bucs step up. Number 4 on the list, the Steelers and the Bills. Week 14's Sunday Night Football on December 13th. Should be a lot of fun. 2 elite AFC teams, first place teams, just going at it. Pretty, not even a ton to say. The Steelers, I want to see how good the Bills are, though. How good are the Bills, man? Like, we know they're good, but how good? The Steelers are an elite team in football, but again, exactly how good? It's always fun to see, even if they're not big-time rivals, a potential playoff preview and big-time teams just going head-to-head in the regular season when it doesn't necessarily matter the most, but, you know, these games are always important for playoff seedings. Unlike, elite teams going at it in baseball and basketball in the regular season is fun, but it doesn't matter at all. In football, the game actually matters towards, your season because playoffs seedings shift around so quickly. Number 3, the Chiefs visiting the Saints, Week 15. It's a December 20th, 4:25 Fox game with Joe Buck on the call. Should be a lot of fun. Another big game in New Orleans in the future of this season, man. And this is not even talking any playoffs yet. New Orleans, man, that place has a lot of big-time football coming up, and that's exciting. But the Chiefs and the Saints, man, Mahomes, Breeze, and 2 very elite teams. 2 years ago, these teams both, I wanted to see them face off in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, but they both came just short. Rams won, Patriots won. We got to see a terrible Super Bowl instead of what would have been amazingness of Saints Chiefs. But it's 2 teams very much still very elite. Of course, the Chiefs and the Saints are indeed still elite, and this is just one of those premier matchups. A marquee matchup. Number 2 on the list, very pretty much soon, the Chiefs and the Buccaneers in Tampa. Week 12 on November 29th, man. It's a 4:25 game again. I'm really starting to kind of learn that, it's not even the Sunday night game. It's the Sunday 4:25 game that in a lot of cases is the number 1 game of the week. And this one's on CBS. Gonna be fun. What a game. Just midday games on Sunday from afternoon leading into the evening. Just such a good football. And, man, the reason this game is so big, man, it's Mahomes against Brady. And obviously Mahomes is better right now, but we're always comparing their legacies. And if Mahomes is going to be like on Brady's level and stuff and his legacy, and me personally, I say I don't see why not. But hey, not that it's going to necessarily mean a ton in terms of that. It's just going to be cool to see. Not to mention it's 2 of the elite teams in football going at it. I'm just so confused and torn on the Bucs right now because they killed the Packers. Like, at home, they killed the Packers, like, by a lot, man. And so it made me think, they're, like, top-of-the-line Super Bowl contenders. But then they get absolutely embarrassed on Sunday Night Football to the Saints at home, 38-3. Like, I'm so confused, man. Are the Saints then, does that mean the Saints are a lot better than the Packers? Because that is another matchup at the top of the NFC, man. The NFC division leaders, man, are all going to be very fascinating. Number 1 matchup, it's Thanksgiving night's Ravens at the Steelers. Oh, man, the Baltimore-Pittsburgh rivalry. We just saw a fascinating game a couple weeks ago between these two in which the Steelers stayed undefeated in Baltimore. Now they have a home game on Thanksgiving night. Thank God for this game, man, because the other Thanksgiving games are so terrible to the point I might have to make a video about it, ranting a little bit. But yeah, man, Thanksgiving night on NBC, elite teams, man. And I'm really questioning if the Steelers are actually better than the Ravens, because last year, the Ravens were a ton better. I get teams change and stuff, obviously, but, the Ravens were so elite last year, man. And the Ravens definitely got to win this game if they want any chance of winning the division. Like, it's that big of a game for the division. Like, it's over if the Steelers win this game. I don't really care what happens in the next couple weeks. But if the Steelers, if they win that head-to-head, they'll have the tiebreaker. There's no way the Ravens would win the division at that point. The Steelers currently 2 games better with the 1-0 tiebreaker on the Ravens. But, yeah, man, if the Ravens win that game, and they'll have a chance to get the tiebreaker still, and they will be 1 game apart, not including what they do in a couple weeks before Thanksgiving, man. This is just going to be fascinating. I don't think there's too much doubt to say that that's the #1 game that you got to watch Thanksgiving night, man. And, man, I really wish they would stop the Lions and the Cowboys on the first 2 Thanksgiving games, no matter what, man, because Thanksgiving football, man, it's amazing. It's an amazing thing, but you're talking about watching football with family and stuff, and most people are home or drive home early in that game from their parties, man. It's an 8:20 start. And I get that West Coast do exist, but at the same time, these are 2 East Coast teams. You guys are the best for watching, man. Make sure, yeah, man, just either look at ESPN all the time like a normal person, or if you were that amazing and you were, like, writing these down as you watched this video, man. Whatever you did, leave a like, man, because that's what I really want from you. And, you know, hit that subscribe button. You know, sports videos, you don't want to miss out. I don't see why you wouldn't. As you know, it's completely free. In the spring, back when I was a young kid, I ranked all 32 NFL logos, and so you should hit the link in the comment section and watch it.